Well, hello, you beautiful people. This is Asada. Thank you for tuning in to Gathering of the Griots once again. You know, we rock every Tuesday morning, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. But before we get into this fabulous show, let's hear words from our girl, Naima Latif, and the Female Solution. Let's go.
Women have the power to transform this world. We can end crime and violence if we all agree to do one thing: share. Let's share our wisdom, share our time, share our talents, share our finances, but most of all, let's share our love. This is the Female Solution. Join me, Naima Latif, every morning, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, as we bring you stimulating discussions about the issues affecting our lives. If you're listening online at www.blogtalkradio.com/the-female-solution, press the blue button that says follow and get our daily topics every morning directly to your email and your smartphone. Hi, I'm Naima Latif, executive producer of the Female Solution radio show. We invite you to call in 515-605-9325 and participate in this daily think tank as we examine the challenges we face and develop solutions that restore peace and harmony. We are global transformers, changing the world from the way it is to the way it should be. We are one. Wherever we live on this earth, we are one human family. On behalf of our team of radio hosts, I'd like to extend a greeting to all the members of our family, whenever and wherever you may be listening around the world. To our family in China, Ni Hao. In India, Namaste. In Japan, Konnichiwa. In Korea, Annyeonghaseyo. In Russia, Здравствуйте. In Germany, Guten Tag. In Poland, Dzień dobry. In France, Bonjour. In Spain, Hola. In Italy, Ciao. In Egypt, Ahlan wa sahlan. In Ghana, Akwaba. In Nigeria, Peleo. In South Africa, Sawubona. In Senegal, Nangadef. In Kenya, Jambo. In Israel, Shalom. In Pakistan, Afghanistan, Palestine, and Saudi Arabia, Assalamu alaikum. Greetings, and may peace be upon you all. Join us live on the on-air radio network called 727-731-5192. We want to talk to you.
All right, y'all. We are ready to rock and roll. Again, you are visiting us at Gathering of the Griots, baby. So I love this show. I want to say thank you first and foremost to Naima Latif and the Female Solution for seeing the worthiness of this show and the beauty of the Soulful Chicago Book Fair and all it brings to the table. And so let me tell you what I said we're going to do today. See, this is so important. The fact that we talk about, y'all don't know the process I go through when I'm building a book fair, right? But it's so important to know like all of the little pieces. But today's little pieces have to deal with the musicians with a mission, all right? Musicians with missions. Because, you know, if you're going to do a festival like we do the book festival, it's not going to be just tables and chairs and books. It's actually who else, what else. And the thing about the musicians is that the people are composers. Like they actually write their own music. And that's the difference. It's not like, you know, just coming to the table and we just pick some entertainers. No, everybody has a message of some sort. And that's important to me because uh hey, bottom line, that's what you come for. You come for missions. Hold on, y'all, because I hear some background noise on this phone. Hold on, y'all. So, anyway, this show today basically looks at some of the players who are some of the people that we've had. Some of the entertainers you're going to see, I don't think you ever seen them before. And that's what I think is so awesome. You're going to see some video footage from them. Look, I'm so busy during the book fair sometimes I don't even get to go. But I want to show a little footage of like some of the planning and all of that, which I will do. But before we start, let's just take a look at some of what we've brought to the table. This first year, we really rocked and rolled. Let me just take this. Oh, y'all know y'all watching Gathering of the Griots. Look at that. How are you gonna bring Eric Roberson to the event? What? For those who don't know him, we're talking about Grammy level artists there. So this was like our first year. We had Eric Roberson. Jay Daphne is my sister-in-law, and we're gonna hear her sing a little bit in a minute. But man, just that, you know, just that. Like, how'd you do that? How you bring Eric Roberson to 61st Street in Chicago, right in the hoodie hood? And it was one of those things where I saw him do activity where people gave him a word, like several people in the audience gave him words, right? And then he took the words and made them into a song, like off the cuff, off the top of his head. And when I saw that, I was like, I want that for my event. And so my boy Dwayne Powell, my favorite DJ, was, I think Eric Robertson was having a concert. And so he got me backstage and I got to meet his management. And next thing you know, whoop, 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 they were at the book fair. So that was awesome. Jay Daphne rocked. Oh my gosh, she's awesome. We'll hear her sing in a minute. And then, that first year we had Maggie Brown. That's my Aquarian sister. You will speak to her later today for sure. And Dwayne Powell was there. I always gotta have Dwayne Powell, y'all. That's my favorite DJ. I don't care what you're talking about, because he plays for the dancers. And so when he plays, you ain't gonna do nothing but enjoy yourself all day. So we had my man Dwayne there and David Boykin. Who don't love David Boykin? Asada love David Boykin. David Boykin was there with his jazz, setting the tone. And so, and it was so many more authors and musicians. And what I liked is that it was so many different genres. Oh God, it was beautiful. So let me see what else we got. What else do we have? Then we had 2017. What? Oh, Jay Quest down there with the lemon. Let's make some lemonade. We had King Moore, Grammy level artists, right? Then we had Funkadacey. Funkadacey was rocking, bringing that flavor, that cultural flavor. And if you know anything about y'all, oh gosh, hold on, let me be quiet for a minute. That brother Cole vocalist, he rocked. And then we had Chase bringing sort of the energetic rock flavor. So, man, come on with it. Come on with it. It's the Soulful Chicago Book Fair. These artists just really, and you've seen some of the footage, they really just set a great tone. Then 2018, what? Navasha Daya or Navasha Daya, how you say it, from Fertile Ground. Another one. Let me tell you, when it's like every year I kind of think about what I want, and Byron Harden of IC Music sets it up, right? So we're kind of talking about artists. I'm like, I want Navasha Daya. And I call my boy Dwayne once again. And I'm like, yo, I want Navasha Daya to come to the book fair. Do you have a connection with her? He gonna say to me, she's on the other line. What? She's on the other line. So that was amazing. Totally love that. Then we got my man Mondicard down there at the bottom. Young energy, hip hop flavor, and the son of my college best friend, Thomas White. Y'all know him as Tunji. So he was there bringing his energy. And then Bomba Kombuya. We're going to hear from them a little bit later because we just should. So, it was just extremely powerful to have all these guys in the mix. And, I just want to share a little bit of some of the energy. So I have a clip that I want to show. I don't know how long it is, but we're gonna wait till we finish with the entertainers. But man, it starts off with my lovely sister-in-law. So let's take a look and see that now. Let me turn off this music because look, I don't want no music over their music. So let's take a look right now. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, oh yeah, you got to like a feeling.
My name is Joanne Fastoff, and I write about an FBI agent that deals with global problems that hit America's shores, like illegal logging, illegal diamonds, illegal tobacco smuggling, the Iranian Rescue Mission. So my protagonist is not inept, he's not comic relief, and he's not a sidekick. He's a supervising agent in the FBI. So my books are called The Gordian Knot, The Pact, The Lie, and The Smoke Ring. And I'm working on the fifth book called The Standing People.
So this is my debut novel, Women's Voices. And it's about a family of women, and they all have some dark secrets. And it comes out over a family dinner, but they're on a road to redemption to heal. So in this book, the mother, Janetta, doesn't want her daughters to know that she used to be a prostitute. So it gets really juicy. And everybody has some little secret they don't want each other to know.
People face struggles and injustice. In spite of odds, we came up winning. You can trust this. Y'all see proof in the metropolis that flourished, making way for the movement which was nourished, building on unity, forging revolution, standing up for our future. They were marching right. That it came with a price of many a black person's life. Back that it helped you grow up, rounding up to where it has grown. So I'll tell you what makes me y'all say that. Celebrate my vision. Ain't gonna let racism turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. Ain't gonna let racism turn me around. I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, marching on the freedom land. The way we talk, the way we communicate is a part of who we are. It's a reflection of who we are. Now, that's not to say that it would not be a good idea, and it could be very functional and practical to learn how to code switch so that you're not limited to speaking in Black dialect.
And we have been talking about how we can get this
situation together between men and women, because the reason why we've got this crime in the streets is because we have several generations of broken families and families that were never formed, and children that are seeking protection and self-worth in all the wrong places. And our broken families make us prey to people who want to take over our communities, whether it's having people lose their homes because they don't have fathers that bought homes or provide an economic foundation. They don't have sons that are legitimately earning money, so they've gotten to the drug trade. So all of this, it comes down to the foundation between men and women. So we
You can't tell me about it. I feel my heart's left empty. Which just not never to me. You see, I'm getting love. We get it love. We get it love. Let's get that picture. Make some up for the band one time, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. Give it up for Eric Roberson right now, y'all. If you can see what it looked like, y'all taking pictures with Eric Roberson right now. It's crazy.
So, how was that? It was amazing, right? See, this to me, this whole movement is about seeing the event through your lens. You know, we have a viewpoint because we organize the event, but then there's this viewpoint of so many of you that we need to hear, you know, the viewpoint from the author, the viewpoint from the person who attended, because we are going to rebuild this literary energy in Chicago. We're going to take control of it. This is our baby. This is what we're going to do. And so this event is important because it circles it out. It closes it out, looks at 2016 and what the event meant to us, right? But then here comes 2017, where we're going to do things on a whole nother level and really make it so that this movement is felt and that you all are honored. People would never probably even think to honor, that's what we're going to honor. We're going to honor you, the writers that come together, take your thoughts, put it into some form, and we're going to celebrate it in 2017, baby. Be ready.
The Soulful Chicago Book Fair succeeded in its core mission to create the counter narrative to Chicago's reputation for violence. and bolster a renewed appreciation for literacy and the literary arts in the Black community. This six-block, author-centric literary celebration provides a platform for our stories to be told, while inspiring future thinkers to bring to life their thoughts through the written word. As the sun sets on the first ever Soulful Chicago Book Fair, we look to the bright horizon that greets us and say, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe.
Soulful Chicago Book Fair.
All right.
Soulful Chicago Book Fair. Soulful Chicago Book Fair. All up on 61st Street. We got authors. Authors galore. Look at all those people. It's a beautiful thing, y'all. All these African American authors, the Griots, have gathered on 61st Street in Woodlawn. It's a dream manifested to reality. First, revealed to me by a sister named Asadahm Kirkland. Asada Kirkland held it in her mind and found wonderful, bright hearts, energetic people to help. And I'm just a witness. And Diet, I'm a witness. My name is Maggie Brown. This is my sister Africa Brown. How y'all doing?
Oh my Lord, my Lord, my Lord. Wait, wait, look at my tissue. Oh gosh, let me tell you. There's so many moments in that I was like, oh God, I'm starting to cry. Oh, help me. Because did you, first of all, that was 2016. My girl Maggie Brown gonna say the griots have gathered. Can I tell you, this show Gathering of the Griots was not out yet. So did I get that from Maggie Brown? Oh God, it was just look. I was sitting there crying. Did you see my crazy self dancing with the man in the wheelchair? I just was loving it, right? So you had a little mixture in that video. You saw some authors. You saw some workshops with Mama Edie, and but you could see how the event made entertainment a thing. Like it was like these people are powerful, they're positive, they're coming to the table with this energy. It's so funny. I wanted to show another video before that one, but I will show it now because it's important. But it's when I was creating this and it hadn't happened yet. So let's see what I was talking about. I think it came to fruition. Let's see. Now, many people ask, what's going to happen at the book fair? Because people think of a book fair and they think tables and chairs and books, but no. We're talking about a full day of incredible activities, starting with the Centennial Migration Procession, because this is the 100th year of Black people migrating to Chicago from the South. So we're going to have a dynamic procession starting at 10 with 15 to 20 elders being led down the block, that 61st Street corridor, all the way to the stage. And then we, in the tradition of African people, will ask for their permission to begin. But there are workshops that day in publishing, workshops in playwriting, workshops in writing for children's literature. There's also going to be puppet shows for children, storytelling, And when you talk about a lineup of entertainment, not just will we have a smaller stage where people can do open mic, but we'll have a main stage where we have entertainment like the David Boykin Trio, jazz music, and Maggie Brown, daughter of Oscar Brown Jr., bringing you incredible jazz vocals. Jay Daphne, who is an R&B soul singer right here from Chicago. Blah Blah Blah, bringing you ballroom rock. Kuumba Links, which is a youth performance ensemble doing spoken word with dance. Pegasus Theater, doing a rendition of The Middle Passage by Charles Johnson. And then, like no other, we're going to have Eric Roberson, who will be here to bring us neo soul on a whole nother Grammy nominated two-time level. So 61st Street has not seen such activity. But on July 16, 2016, we are going to be bringing it Soulful Chicago Book Fair style with entertainment for the entire family. Mm, mm, mm. I don't know how I did it, y'all. I don't know how that came together, but it came together. And I mean, if I wasn't me, I would kind of be impressed by the variety of everything that was going on for the book fair. So it wasn't just tables and chairs and, you know, people buying books. It was all of that. But at these events, even the authors be having a good time because there's so much going on. And so, man, this show is about that power. It's about the musical power that we experience all throughout. There's so much going on, but this is an opportunity. The Soulful Chicago Book Fair is an opportunity for people to express that inside story, the story that the general public won't show. And I mean like radio stations and television. And but my thing is, and I always say this, you know, y'all know I'm a Scientologist. But L. Ron Hubbard was like, if you see a problem, look at what you didn't do and know why it's a problem. And so when you talk about, well, what is out there for Black writers? What is out there for us to celebrate our own stories? Make I made the event, Soulful Chicago Book Fair. Like, let's make it and make it big enough so that everybody can attend, so that we can have thousands of people. And it's crazy because that first year, oh my God, it was so many people having events that day. The Silver Room was having an event. The VO3 event was going on. V103, I think that's what it's called, radio station. So the fact that we got like 3,000 people was amazing. God, the creator, boop, boop, hooked it up. And so, you know, I have nothing I can say other than the power was there and it was always there. And I love how we have these multi genres. Let me just share one more clip and show you how we get down. It's not just neo soul, but let's see how we were doing this particular year. Black people doing rock music. Are you serious? What? That was Rebel Wild. Yo, let me tell you, so much energy, so much energy. And did you hear the people cheering? Like Black people was out there getting down to the rock music. They weren't like, what is this rock music? I'm not like you really got to see this. Did this music come from us? Did it? Because we were loving it. And so, too thankful for all of that power, power, power. We have so much more to share, but I want to take a commercial break. And when we come back, we'll get a little bit more into some of the entertainment that we had on the table. And keep in mind, just watch the energy and the images of our people. You can see we're running this, we're doing us. So, anyway, don't go anywhere. We're going to take a short commercial break. But when we come back, we got some more musical magic in store. So, stay tuned. Don't go nowhere.
Yeah, lost my phone.
No, you stay there, stay there. I need you to move. 61st and Champlain.
Hey, now.
I'm talking about that brain food. That you to heal your mind.
This is a very important ceremony for this event because in the tradition of our people, you ask the elders for their permission to speak. We're not talking about the energy with somebody telling you what to do. We're talking about a reverence for elders. And so before we open up this event, this is how we ask for permission to begin the event, to make sure it's in order and there's approval that we're doing the right thing. And so I ask our elders, do we have permission to begin this event?
You have our permission. And Anase went back to the village with the golden box. He set the golden box and gathered the children as you are gathered now. He opened that box and stories just rushed out of the box.
This is why we are here, because of these people right here. Give it up for the young people today, baby. Give it up better than that, adults. Tell us, adults.
Hi, I'm Lauren Cress Love. I'm the sister of the late Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, author of the ISIS Papers and the Cress Theory on Color Confrontation. We're Chicago natives, and to honor her legacy, I'll have her books at the Soulful Chicago Book Fair, Saturday, July 16th, 2016. Be there.
Black Fairy is in this book. Young John Henry, everyone's familiar with the young John Henry, and Deadwood Dick, who's a black cowboy. So these are three plays that are in this book, which has been used by a lot of groups, universities that have produced plays for children.
Hey, Black Child by Usaini Perkins. Hey, Black Child, do you know who you are?
Hi, I'm Joyce Clark. I'm 92 years old, and I have written books for Black girls so that they know how important they are and they learn the mystery to their history. I'm going to be at the Soulful Chicago Book Fair, and I want to see you there.
Saturday, August 3rd, 2019. Okay, so I don't know if you caught that, but basically, so you saw the first video of the procession, how we open up the book fair with the elders, giving us permission to do the event. But then the second video showed some of the same people, but their ancestors now. And so that was a tribute to our literary ancestors, Baba Zoe, Lorenzo Young, um, Joyce Clark was on there. We saw a tribute to Samuel D. Black. He was on there. He on the second video. And Marcellus Burke, he wrote about Black men fighting in the German war. Like it's just so we're just so honored to have had the ancestors that are now ancestors, but as elders be in our event from, and you heard Mama Love, Lauren Crest Love said 2016, but then Joyce Clark said 2019. So we're talking about, being followed by the elders and supporting what we do. Yo, that right there, mm, 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 mm. You can't get more blessed than that, right? So anyway, just want to continue with just this excellence, right? And this musical excellence that we've had up in the Chicago Book Fair world. And so I'm going to show a few clips. I got a lot of little video clips for y'all to see because we've had such great people. I mean, if you look at some of the who else did we see? Who else is coming to the table? Let me see. Let me look. We already dealt with that. There was my in 2019, my sister-in-law. She was in 2016 and 2019. So she next level, love her to life, right? And then mm, boy, oh boy, oh boy. We had a group called Bomba Kombuya. Oh my gosh, did they rock? So this was on our website. So it says here, Bomba Kombuya is a Chicago-based ensemble that aims to preserve and advance bomba. Bomba, that is a musical form and dance form that comes from Africa, y'all, where we have Puerto Rican brothers and sisters retain the culture of bomba. So it says, developed during the 18th century among the island's African descendants, bomba is Puerto Rico's oldest surviving music and dance form. Booyah means good spirit in Taino. Yeah, when you're in New York, you get the total Puerto Rican reality, right? So Taino, that is what Puerto Ricans will call themselves, talking from a traditional standpoint. Anyway, it says Buya means good spirit in Taino, the language spoken among the island's indigenous population, and the group strives to embody this idea while sharing the tradition through concerts, workshops, and community engagement. Bomba con Booyah released the album Booyah live in 2015. So let me tell you something, y'all. Oh God, you need to see their energy because this is the energy we had at the event. We're gonna do a part two to today's show because I have so much footage of so much. But let's take a little look at Bomba Kombuya and that whole energy because when we talk about musicians with missions, this is who we bring to the table. So let's take a look at Bomba Kombuya right now.
Well, I am Ibelis Diaz, and I am a bombera and educator. I'm a strong Puerto Rican woman, and I'm here building an amazing tradition, Afro Puerto Rican tradition here in Chicago. All right, so bomba is the oldest genre of Puerto Rico. It tells our stories. It literally keeps our ancestors alive. It keeps us remembering about our history. It's oral history. Without bomba, a lot of my people, right, we would not know what our story is about, right? Bomba is traditional music. It's a couples dance. Our elders are always the ones forefront. It's beautiful, right? Skirts, right? Posture, right? The way we sing, right? And where's the history in the song? This is music of resistance. And so this is music that lifts us from oppression, right? The reason why this music even exists, because our enslaved ancestors, you know what I'm saying? Not everything is beautiful, but we have to accept who we are, right? Well, I started understanding bomba when I was about 5 years old. Started dancing. I was always super hyper. And I started drumming around the age of 12. And I thought it was really dope that my uncle sat me down to drum because in that time I didn't see a lot of women drumming. And so that has instilled another chapter and revolutionary kind of act in bomba, right? Where women are like, singing at 10. So by 13, 14, 15, I was already doing a little bit of everything. It's important to every Puerto Rican out here to make sure that this bomba tradition is living and we're feeding into it and we're walking this with much respect, much love, paying it forward. My family has been doing amazing work in Chicago for over 40 years. It is the reason why bomba exists here, because of their hard work and commitment and dedication to making sure that this community has bomba alive. And here we are passing it down from generation to generation. And I'm really grateful to have a family that was there to instill all this beautifulness and all this, pride that I have never seen in books. One of my biggest blessings in life and one of the biggest investments was founding and creating La Escuelita Bombera Corazon. Will be 12 years old this year. Through La Escuelita Bombera Corazon, that's where I've been able to lead and teach people and be very inclusive in what it is to explore this journey of bomba. I like to teach my own way. I like to keep it real. I like for folks to feel safe in processing things that are not so good about our history. La Escuelita has made me so happy. It really puts me out there to do the work, to actually have a voice. And as a woman too, as a Puerto Rican woman, to liberate. Most of my students are women. It's really important that women know that they have these spaces and they have this right to show up and they have this right to exist. And it really inspired me. Bueno, mi gente, now we're ready to make this sauce. Come and join me and my family, Bomba con Bulla.
Ae, pa Guayama, a Puente Jobo le canto bomba. Ae, pa Guayama, a Puente Jobo le canto bomba. Suena maraca, suena locua, suena barrile, que esto es bomba Guayama. Ae,
You see that energy, baby? That's what we talking about. That is what we're talking about. So can you imagine 61st Street on the south side of Chicago bringing Bomba Kombuya to the stage and that energy? Because, see, we African people off the cuff, left and right, right? So that energy just went right into who we were. Oh, look, Sister Vieta. Hey, she said, nice rhythm. That's right, honey. We was feeling it. And our thing, that's what we do. We're gonna bring our people to the world. If they can't go out to the world, we're gonna bring the world to them, right? And so that's part of what the Soulful Chicago Book Fair does. It's like this energy, this innate creativity that we have. It's not. It doesn't just come in the form of a book. It comes in a lot of different forms. It comes as plays. It comes as music, songwriting, poetry, spoken word poetry. I don't know the difference, but spoken word poetry, all of that, books. Oh, I mean, you name it. We are looked to now as the entity that brings it to the table, and so loving that energy, having that bomba kombuya. Now, another artist we had. Oh Lord, and I think this was the same year too. Nola Ade. Oh, what? Let me just tell you, these sisters. I know this is Nigerian right here. Let me tell you. Let me read you. Say, the sound of Afro soul singer songwriter Nola Ade hits the spot just right. A diversity of musical flavors seeped into the musical consciousness of a young Ade from the Nigerian praise and worship songs and Afro beats of her parents' homeland, the classical soul of Chicago radio, the jazz of Ella and Sarah on rotation, to the constantly evolving popular music of today. That's her flavor. Okay. And so it says, having experienced the best of both worlds, the duality of growing up Nigerian in America is reflected in her unique musical expression that blends her rollicking melodies with her approach to tackling soul with conviction. Ade's music and message to her eager fans is really about honoring the traditions of the past and being unafraid of the present and unapologetically joining the past and present to creating a harmonious future. You see that energy? Nola Ade. So you know I gotta show a little bit of her flavor so we can understand. What did you bring to the table there? And give positivity a try, black people. That's what we do. Give positivity to the table through music. And when you see how beautiful she is, oh God, gorgeous. So let's just see and get a little bit of Nola Ade and see what we had on the Soulful Chicago Book Fair stage.
The Funky Media production.
Okay, I need you to trust me on this next thing. You ready? Lying away this evening, won't you come to? I'll show you new how to do as if you jump to. Gravity's pulling us down, we can't defy. Just close your eyes and count to 5. Believe the wind's on our side. We're going live, but freedom is law. Live la vida loca. No one to tell us no. Wait, high up like heaven. Yeah. Chasing the sun, trusting the sun, surrendering to imagination. Dancing the clouds, walking on air. Breathless at everything surrounding tempo. Our souls as the wind blows, wondering why people stay grounded, but you and I, we're meant to fly. And we ain't coming down from here. We're staying high, we're staying high. We ain't coming down from here. We're staying high, we're staying high. Trust in the sun, chasing the sun, trust in the sun, chasing the sun, trust in the sun, chasing the sun, trust in the. And we ain't coming down from here, high up like heaven. Don't look too low. Temptation won't be easy, but we won't get floored. Ain't you over people telling us where they wouldn't go? Just a taste of heaven got us thinking illogical and doing impossible. So keep chasing the sun, trusting the sun, surrendering to imagination. Dancing the clouds, walking on air, breathless at everything surrounding tempo. Our souls as the wind blows, wondering why people stay grounded, but you and I, we're meant to fly. We ain't coming down from here. We're staying high, we're staying high. We ain't coming down from here. We're staying high, we're staying high. We ain't coming down from here. We're staying high, we're staying high. We ain't coming down from here. We're staying high, we're staying high. We ain't coming down from here. We're staying high, we're staying. We ain't coming down from here. We're staying high, high up like heaven. High.
You see what I'm saying? Energy. You see that beautiful sister? She said, "We what? We staying high in the sky, baby." Talking about that love. It was called Heaven. So bringing artists like that to the table, and I gotta again give props to my man Byron Harden of IC Music because he is a big part of how we get these artists to the table, and even schooling me on who would be great, who has good raw talent. So, we love you, Byron. But yep, so Nola Ade, you saw Bomba Kumbuya, and that's just one show. We've been around for 8 years. So there's just so much more that we have in store. And today, for our second hour, we're going to be talking to some seriously fly sisters. And I'm talking about Look at these. Look at it. Naima said about the song. She said, "I love these lyrics. These are the words of higher consciousness." That's how we got to start talking to each other, y'all. Y'all know y'all love them brothers. I love brother. I love them. We do love each other, but the way we express it, we have to find better ways of expressing our love for each other so that it's compassionate and so that it is heartfelt and it is tender and it is real and authentic. Sisters, don't be scared to have your natural hair. Let them brothers run their fingers through your hair. Don't tell them they can't touch your hair. That takes away the intimacy. You hear me? Don't get me started. That's a whole nother show. But yeah, so Nola Ade brought that energy and to the book fair, and even if it's just for the day, we get to give that to our people, right? But before we go to the commercial break, I want to give you a little precursor to our next guest because her energy comes from such a deep, rich energy, and she's going to talk about it. But let's take a little look-see at this interview. So wonderful. I had to share it. Here it goes.
Oh, yes, it is. You always want to see your family join in your effort. That's pleasing. As my father would like to have seen me go into the real estate business, I would want my children to go into the music industry or into some form of entertainment. They didn't all do that. 3 or 4 of them have. And in fact, the one who has done most in that, however, has been my daughter, Maggie.
Brown baby, as years roll by, I want you to go with your head held high. I want you to live by God's justice code. I want you to walk down Freedom Road, brown baby.
Sometimes I don't even realize the depth of the influence until I'm out there doing stuff. Maybe even on stage, I feel myself doing something. I know people are looking and saying, boy, that's just like Oscar. Or I saw myself saying something to somebody the other day, just in conversation, the whole way I did it, So it's great, just like with my own children now. Yeah, right. Oh God, let me stop it. No, just with having children now, it's the same effect that now I get to see from both sides, where you see them doing something and that reminds you of yourself. Now, my head bobs in the car to everything, and I see the good. I see how creative it was for young Black people who couldn't afford the expensive equipment once disco kind of wiped out all the live music. Plus no more music in the schools, but we found a way to take two turntables and a microphone and create a whole new form. So I appreciate that. And I appreciate words using the rap. That's so hip, you can get so many more words in the span of time than you would singing. And in poetry, I love poetry. But see, here we go. With the influence, how deep it is, it bothers me the way the stuff really doesn't rhyme. They'll take a word and say it wrong in order to make it rhyme. I just wish I could get more daddy exposed. I wish that there could be more Oscar Brown Jr. School of Poetry lessons taught. And I wish some of these people who think they're writing poetry and writing rhymes, and it really doesn't even rhyme.
Bid 'em in, get 'em in. That sun is hot and plenty bright. Let's get down to business, get home tonight. Bid 'em in, get 'em in. Auctioning slaves is a real high art.
I know I'm blessed and so grateful, to be able to share a relationship that I have with Dad. Everybody can't say that, and even when he lived away, there's always been this longing to be with him and to be a part of what he's doing and to carry what he has created forward. and to shine light on it, for lack of a better term, because I think if people really saw the whole breadth of his work, that they think it was totally incredible, because it is. I would want to magnify what Daddy's efforts have been, and to show the genius, the gift. You know, he is modest, and I think he's passed that modesty on to us, but that it is a gift, and it's one that really has appreciated, it is appreciated in this artist, whether or not the industry has appreciated this artist. They put up money for a lot less than what this guy has, you know. But I just feel like that's why I have to be an entrepreneur. We'll put him up. We'll show him off. We'll show what this is. Shakespeare, huh, please, Shakespeare didn't always rhyme, okay? I mean, I know he's good and everything, but that's just because y'all don't know about my dad. I love you.
Season changes scene, leafy shades of green, gold, golden, red, and brown, then withered, flutter down to clutter up the lawn. Another summer's gone, old winter's coming on. It's October.
I'm not even Maggie Brown and I'm crying. What we doing up in here? Lord have mercy. We are going to take a commercial break and I'm going to wipe some more of these tears. And when we come back, ooh, we got that Maggie Brown live with us, baby. So look, Naima said, look at this. I just love Maggie Brown. Lord, girl, you got your fans out here. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, we will talk to the legend herself. See you in a minute.
Soulful Chicago Book Fairs are the most exciting Black book fairs on the planet. Born in July of 2016, Soulful Chicago Book Fairs have both increased the literary marketplace for Black writers and given lovers of Black literature places to find books about the Black experience the world over. The main summer book fair stretches 4 city blocks on 61st Street between Cottage Grove and King Drive. Each block is characterized by its own genre, donning the works of fiction authors, nonfiction authors, and children's authors. The day begins with a procession of elders atop a float, demonstrating the book fair's honoring of community elders. The entertainment of the Soulful Chicago Book Fair has been second to none. Audiences travel to its Grammy-level stage, which has featured musical artists such as Eric Roberson, King, and many of Chicago's multicultural talents. The book fair's community stage sits equidistant from either end and showcases puppet shows, open mic sessions, and author talks for festival goers to enjoy.
That bought homes or provide an economic foundation.
Aspiring authors have enjoyed the Soulful Chicago Book Fair's lineup of helpful workshops on publishing, writing for children, and legalities of the publishing industry and more. from its exhibitors to its entertainment, its workshops, to its overall power. Soulful Chicago Book Fairs will continue to breathe literary life and prosperity into the South Side of Chicago for decades to come.
How it's gonna be. So much to see.
Hi, I'm Naima Latif, and if you're watching this, that means you're one of the 4.6 billion people from around the world who are using an electronic device to talk to people. In these times, people are using the internet to talk to everybody. Friends, neighbors, family members, co-workers. People are on their cell phones and computers all day long. Now, if you're in business, that is great news. That means you can sell your products and services all day long and never have to leave your home. All you need is a media connection, somebody to connect you to an audience. And that's why I'm talking to you today. We produce programs, and our audience members are people who shop. They buy clothes, food, beauty supplies, cleaning supplies, home repair, transportation services, child care services. Whatever you're selling, they need to buy it. We're your media connection. Just follow this link, and tomorrow you can sit back and relax at home while your business is making you money.
Oh, that moment we've all been waiting for. I can't really take Maggie right now. I'm gonna tell you why. Because she been here since this was an idea. Since the book fair was an idea. I'm telling you. So looking at her is like, oh God, she almost know the whole vibe with me. But let me not take another minute and bring her to the stage because Mama love her. Hey, Mama.
Hey, good morning, morning. Ooh, what a fabulous commercial. I can't wait. I cannot wait. When is the date for the Soulful Chicago Book Fair in Chicago this summer?
Yo, let me tell you, it's one of those things. I mean, you're so important because to me, you never not believed in me.
Oh, never.
Like you was just always there. And the thing about it, y'all, me and Maggie go back to the 90s, like straight up. I tried to find some of them pictures for the
The
90s.
bookstore in Wabash, boo.
I mean, stop playing, right? When I used to manage Afrocentric bookstore. And just musically, you know, you were in my life. And so coming back to Chicago in 2014 and being a part of your circle again or seeing you again, it's just like we got kids now. We didn't have kids back then. I went to a party recently and I was checking in, right? So the dude said, "You know who I am?" I said, "You one of Maggie's sons?" He said, "You got it." I was like, yeah. So that was great. But thank you.
Now, right?
Yeah, your boobies are out there. So thank you for being here today, Mama, and agreeing to just share yourself with us. You've always been such a great part of the book fair. But I think stronger than that, why you're so significant is that you carry a legacy, period. And you carry a legacy not because you I want to represent my dad. You are it. Like you are what this created.
Maggie, you need to get your own thing. People say that. Like, baby, this is my thing. I mean, if you had Shakespeare for a daddy, I would hope you want to prop him up too. And August Wilson all in one, plus Duke Ellington. I mean, gee, somebody better talk about it and just let it be known.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to have you in this stead because I need people to understand you're a musician with a mission. It ain't even a question about it. I said, look, I'm gonna get ready to handle that right there. Musicians with a mission. Look, I'm getting ready to handle that because it was given to me today, and we're gonna make it something else. So anyway, I want you to just kind of give us what you doing? What's your
What's happening, huh?
What's the question? You know what I'm saying? Get it.
Yeah, I'm very, very glad to have been in on as my grandfather would say, get in on the ground floor. You know, so to have heard you speak of your dream and your vision for this Soulful Chicago Book Fair, and then to see how it has grown and endured and remained resilient through, pandemics and all kind of things is really, really special. I know I tell everybody, it's like, oh my God, last year it was so wonderful. And she had all these colorful tents and the big screen and everything. And it just rained all day and it hurt my heart. So no rain this year. We just want to get out there and do the thing. I am, what? I'm just a homegirl from the South Side. If you catch me walking down the street and might be singing and stuff out loud, I always did when I was little. And I guess because I paid attention, would go to my grandparents every Sunday that I could and have, evening meal with them, had a dinner with them, set the table, and just hear the conversations sometimes over and over. But by going and sitting at the feet of my elders, it helped me appreciate what they had been through, what they had accomplished, and what was important to them. And so now that's what's important to me, and that has to do with just uplifting us, pointing out the ways that we can entertain ourselves with things that are much more healthy. Well, I'm all offside. Come on, not
That's all right, baby. Look, I can change a little
like,
bit.
like this, yeah, but yeah, just like I've for many years I've been doing this show called Legacy, Our
Yeah.
Wealth of Music. Needed to find a way to make a living doing this performing arts. Didn't want to just do it in smoky nightclubs and be in wedding bands. This is way back. And so Dad first said the word edutainment decades ago. And a way of not just amusing ourselves, but doing something that might uplift, entertain, inspire, or should I say inform as well as be entertained. So edutainment became like a way of doing things, a way of making a living, to go around to schools, universities, libraries, museums, wherever, corporations, whoever wants to hire me. Sometimes some people, they need more Black history filler than others, and so that's where I come in. I say sometimes, like in February, I'm like an evergreen tree salesman in December.
Right. Right.
Everywhere, right?
That's right.
So this vibe, so really my grandfather Oscar Brown Sr. Came up from Mississippi, he and his brother, and he was a race man and just about making things better. Yep, there's Big Oscar, Oscar Jr., and then Oscar the Third, who was my brother we call Bobo, and holding in the little hand there in the middle of that dude, that's Oscar the Fourth. So that's Bobo's son.
Got you.
So yeah, and that's the four Oscars.
Mm-hmm.
But when my grandfather came up, he was one of 5 brown boys that made their way from Edwards, Mississippi on up to one by one to Howard, got their education, and came to Chicago to not only, a lot of people came to work and get jobs, but they came to make jobs for Black people, create entrepreneurs, and to fight against restrictive housing covenants. My uncle Sidney P. Brown started a bank, was one of the founders of Illinois Service Federal Savings and Loan Bank. And it's still standing, and it's still in melanated hands, in fact, which is a beautiful thing. So yeah, as I have morphed into an archivist these days and so forth, and doing that kind of work, I've just find out more and more what their impact was in the early days of what I feel, absolutely formulated what is Bronzeville, the Black metropolis we call Bronzeville on the southeast side of Chicago. Like I said, putting people in business. Had Black folks buying condominiums back in the day when that wasn't too heard of, and increasing the numbers of the NAACP, my grandfather. So that planted in me. And so I grew up feeling responsible to just kind of carry on in that way, to do things that will make it better for us, and to get this disparity out of here, this unlevel playing field, when my people carry with them a righteous sense of rhythm. So we have always been known for music that we intone, dancing with grace and balance. Where do we get these talents? I'll spill the beans. It's in the genes. Yeah. So it's just easy to quote my daddy because this stuff is so hip.
That's right. No joke. Now let me show y'all how she rolls. Because what she's saying, she's just talking to us, right? She actually puts this in the doggone music. Let's take a look, because she cold with it. Watch this.
Let's see.
I wish you'd listen. I wish you'd listen.
Walk, walk, ooh, walk. Tell you what makes y'all say. Walk, walk, ooh, what makes it my nation.
Is that folk back then would travel great distances to secure a future of positive instances. And though the journey was filled with danger, keeping faith in what's unseen to my people is no stranger. Did I mention all the miles that they covered in search of their hopes and dreams to discover? Seeking a life free of grueling labor and an opportunity to taste the city flavor. The way that it moved people out from the shared proper life of the South. The fact that without Jim Crow, hope and progress had a chance to grow. So I'll tell you what makes it, y'all say.
What makes it a great migration?
I'll tell you what makes it, ask me.
What makes it a great migration?
It's that people made a new start in their life so that their children wouldn't have the same strife. It gave a chance for a better education to move black people forward for the new generation. The music moved up as people moved out into new frontiers and venues, no doubt. And jazz got a college education, and jazz spread beyond the nation. Jazz spread through cities and across the seas. Without segregation, racism could freeze. The music led to more communication, helping improve human relations. The fact that it came with a price so many un-Americans alike. The fact that it helped them to see jazz improvisation made the people feel free. I'll tell you what makes it, y'all say.
What makes it a great migration?
I'll tell you what makes it a great migration. New landscapes gave way to seizing opportunity when folk first arrived to build a new community. My people faced struggles and injustice. In spite of odds, we came up winning. You can trust this. And y'all see proof in the metropolis that flourished, making way for the movement which was nourished, building on unity, forging revolution, standing up for our future. They were marching for solution. Came with a price. I wish you'd listen.
What makes it a great migration?
Building on a legacy.
What makes it a great migration?
History of you and me.
What makes it a great migration?
Only way we can be free.
What makes it a great migration?
Building on a unity. I wish you listen. It's a real journey. Carry on the legacy. Only way we can be free. Building on that unity.
Everybody. Thank you. What makes it a great migration?
Man,
Man, I am very proud and thankful for that. That one
Whoa.
video me got now. Yeah.
Look, I'm watching her watch her own videos.
Right.
If she getting in, like, I'm like, I bet
Like,
you
I
she'll watch
just
her
saw
own.
it,
Right. Like, cause and when I was doing the research, and I was like, oh my God, like, I was so into it, and I was so happy to find that video. I was like, ooh, Hercules.
Hercules.
Who's the one who did the video? I know there were credits at the end, but
Oh man, I got a shout out to Epawat in Heru, Mr. Jonathan Woods. Yeah, he shot it,
nice.
edited it. Yeah, and then Ron
Wonderfully.
Prince studio. I went to Ron and laid down some ideas of what I was hearing. I'm not an instrumentalist, so I was singing sounds like of the bass on the mic and singing sounds of what I thought the rhythm should go like. I knew I wanted it to have slightly like a New Orleans, some just anyway, certain
Well, yeah.
cadences. I knew that I could hear like things having to do with the sound of Sanford and Son. I don't know.
Okay.
So I just gave them these ideas, sung some things on the mic, and went away and came back. Honey, he had everybody play on it.
Wow.
Oh, all kind of wonderful people just played on it and brought the track together. And
Nice.
then, like I said, it took a few years. We did a crowdfunding thing through 3Arts Chicago, which helped very much to
Okay.
raise the money in order to get that done.
Nice.
And, yeah, I could stand by that one probably.
Man,
to
that's
the end.
cold blooded. Look, my
Thank
girl Xana said, "How fabulous! Love this song." Xana in the UK, baby.
Oh my goodness!
She watched from the UK, so she like, I love that
You
song.
get
And
me
then,
around here.
but hey, we're not playing. Then look, Naima said, "Fantastic video." That's right, awesomeness. And then, oh, watching from YouTube, Deborah said, "Blessings to you, Maggie, for keeping
For
the
keeping
voice
the
alive."
voice alive. Give
Wow.
thanks.
That's
And
this
to
is
all the observers.
it's incredible work. I am so, to say I'm proud is not the word I want. I'm glad I know you.
That's how I feel. It's a mutual feeling, darling.
That
it
it just is
Aquarian queen.
yeah, Aquarian. And so y'all watching and listening, if you want to call in and talk to Maggie, please do. I'll put the phone number up there. It is 727-731-5192. If you want to call in, don't wait till she gone.
Gathering the Griot.
Asking some questions. But basically, your journey, girl, you have endured so much. And so you keeping this alive is a big thing. What about this though? What about this? Let me show you this. Let me
Uh-oh.
see this.
Pulling rabbits out the hat.
Let's see. What's this
Oh,
about?
them two brown sisters know.
Girl, what's up with that? Talk
Shout out to
about it.
Mastermind, the wonderful photographer and visionary for that image. But yeah, that's my sister Africa Brown and myself. And I said one day, I was like, I think we should call ourselves two brown sisters. Because we're brown sisters in more ways than one.
Yes.
What it means to be sisters is an important message to carry.
Yes.
We have different moms, and us being as tight and as locked, as we are, is miraculous, really. Because there was adversity, in some of that, and the decisions the adults made or whatever, But once she and I, came along, we're 6 years apart. And but yeah, she's developing into a great vocalist and songwriter as well. And both of us share the duties of pulling this archive together and just being able to really tell the story. And our most recent venture that's top of mind and everyday business meetings about 2026. The year 2026 would represent the 100th anniversary of Daddy's birth. He was born October 10, 1926.
Nice.
So there's some obscurity to Oscar. There's those of us who of course know, but there's too many who don't.
Right.
And so we want to bring him out of obscurity. Africa said we are avenging the derailing of our father's career.
Yeah, I know
this. In the 60s, yeah, they could say that he was too outspoken and ahead of his time and all those labels, and cancel his record contracts and not give him any more. And he didn't want to just fight them. He just did what he did on, some would say, more grassroots level. But he's a class A, top of the world writer, deep thinker, and yeah, passed on that vibe of wanting to seek solutions. Seeking solutions. It's not that we have to just entertain ourselves with things that degrade us, and don't have to, as one of the great professors said, keep glorifying just what's the worst in us. Instead, we could tap in and see how hip we are when we come together. So Africa and I, two brown sisters, we've been working on like a recording project. We're working on making sure that the year 2026 has stuff going on about Oscar involving his work with other companies, dance, theater, what have you, musicians, just treating his work and bringing these things out. And so it's kind of a shame, it's a real shame that there's been a 50th anniversary the spoken word genre of rap and hip hop, and his name didn't get mentioned because now cats and kittens can be really, really outspoken. And speaking about some stuff that doesn't always nurture and develop
Right.
us positively.
Right.
So I want to get some of this hip, positive, lyrical content, these musical plays, and even essays. And yeah, so it's about just trying to make it as big as possible. As far as working up to that day, and we started really last year planting the seeds, but it takes a lot. It takes
Yes.
support and fundraising and planning and executing and partnering and collaborating with wonderful people. Yeah, so maybe we'll have some kind of our books. Some books should be ready by 2026, and that maybe could be a new feature for us at the Soulful Chicago Book Fair that
No
year.
doubt. No
Yeah,
doubt. And I'd like to collaborate with you and help you.
big time. Oh, and you know I need it.
Because yeah, no doubt. Like
Yeah.
because just hearing that, and I'm like, word, this the 50th anniversary of what? And
I
who,
know.
what? So
I
that
mean,
means
I guess they mention Gil Scott and the last poets every now and then, but that's about as far as they get, you know. And
right.
that gets me. That really does. It gets me. It's like, oh, there's no way, because
Yeah,
I know he had an influence on all of them, because he was one of the first, if not the first, to be putting rhyming words, lyrical content with a social justice
yeah,
subject matter
yeah.
to a bass and drum back in the late 50s.
Word. And here's the thing. The only reason people aren't saying anything because they just don't know. And
Yep,
so
and
we getting
that's where
ready
we
to
come in.
handle that. Like we can
That's where we
handle
come
that.
in.
And so we need to just have that conversation so we
Hmm.
can go out of 2026 with 2025 with what are we in the for? Let's go out
Yeah,
of 2024 with a
even
bang so
right.
that they understand the contribution to the hip hop arena. Let's
Hmm.
be real. And then let that carry, let that wave carry on. So we'll
Hmm.
talk about how to make that happen. So
Hmm.
that's what we do at the book fair, honey. I just feel
Yeah.
like I like to play a game that's bigger than myself.
Hmm.
And so that includes who else has ideas that needs assistance. I enjoy that more than talking about myself and what I have to do. So we're gonna
Okay.
make that a reality big
Yay.
time. Now,
Yeah.
before we only got a few more minutes,
Yeah. Then you
move
got a
on.
beautiful guest coming. Go
Yeah, but we're gonna still deal with your beauty real quick.
ahead.
Now, what is there anything you want to share with the audience? Scribe wise, rhyme wise, lyric.
Like I'm gonna bust out into something.
I
My
know. I
sister,
should have put that in
after
the
I
email.
worked
Be ready to do something.
yeah, yeah, I'm always there for you with that.
It's
Um, I don't like to bring up the negativity, but they started it. So the snake is saying my father's poem, The Snake. I don't
okay.
know how Daddy accomplished that from the other side, but he did. Somehow he made it so the snake is reciting his poem called The Snake
Wow.
at his rallies. And so we're gonna have to make a remake of that one.
Okay.
Or make it a bit of a parody if you don't mind. But the thing is, if he's not giving any credit where it's due, and Daddy's name don't belong in his mouth anyway, but we do want to set the record straight that the author of that piece called The Snake, it's a song. Daddy was doing it since I was a little bitty girl. And where we're coming from, where Oscar Brown Jr. was coming from when he wrote that, is not, against immigrants and all the way the dude is twisting it. But we're going to come out with a song that represents more of the vibe that we're on and that we need others to be on. And that's called A New Generation. And we say a new generation is now on the scene. A new generation, not ugly or mean. We're standing for right, demanding fair play for everyone. And we just won't have it any other way. See the sneaky pair over there, scheming after more than their share. See the bully shaking his fist, but a frightful way to exist. If they look at things as they are, face up to them squarely, they'd find life feels finer by far when we just deal fairly with everyone. A new generation is now on the scene. A new generation, not ugly or mean. We're standing for right, demanding fair play for everyone, and we just won't have it any other way. So that's the platform, and that's the vibe, and we all gonna have to Harambe. We all gonna have to come together.
That's all. It's just promotion, honey. One of the definitions for promotion in Scientology is to make yourself well known and well thought of.
Well thought of. Grandma always said, "Oh, it's good to be well thought of." So when people say, "Oh, something, something," I just love this, that, the other. I'm proud of you. I say, "Thank you so much," because
Hmm
it is good to be well thought of. It
That's
means a lot.
all. That's
Yeah.
all. Make it well known and well thought of. And so that's what
Mm-hmm.
we have to do and keep this just going. And it's kind every time they turn around, they're seeing the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So, where truth exists, lies die.
Wonderful. Indeed,
So
they
that's
do.
what we're gonna do with this. So I just want to say thank you so much, my beautiful sister, for coming
I love
on
you so much.
today.
I really thank you very much for having me on. This is beautiful. That the promotion is just wonderful. It's a blessing to see it grow. Did you
Yes.
tell me the date? Is it
Well, it's so
Mm,
interesting.
we got
You could
have it
you
yet?
could tell we haven't spoken, but we're actually not going to do the book fair this summer.
Wah,
And
wah,
the reason why,
wah.
guys, is strictly
Hey, I know the
financial.
reason. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
it's financial, guys, but
Yeah.
we're gonna work on it. That's why I said I might do one of these shows and do a telethon or something because
Mm-hmm.
that can't happen anymore to where
No,
we don't have the money to do a
no.
thing. But it's okay because something big is brewing. Wait till you hear what I'm on.
I know it's
So
gonna be
yeah,
something.
yeah, it's gonna be something. So
Oh my.
thank you, beautiful, for
I
being here
appreciate you
today,
too.
and we're gonna
Thanks to
keep
you
it
and all
going.
your beautiful listeners.
No doubt. And
Viewers.
we will be in touch so we can get this project going for that.
Okay. Beautiful.
Yeah,
Looking
no
for you.
doubt. All
Keep
right.
Bye.
Yes. You guys stay put because after this commercial break, we coming back with some more power. So get ready.
Get
Just stay
ready.
tuned. Yep, stay tuned. We'll
All right.
be right back after these messages.
Bye, y'all.
The heart of the Soulful Chicago Book Fair comes the Soulful Book Fair Foundation. The Soulful Book Fair Foundation provides programming, training, and literary opportunities for Black-themed writers and their readers while increasing exposure and access to culturally relevant literature in Black communities. The Soulful Book Fair Foundation is built on 4 pillars. Enhance the Black literary marketplace, bolster training and marketing for Black writers, archive Black stories and literary experiences, and foster writing and telling of stories through Black youth. Our signature book fairs have showcased over 350 authors. Still, there are not enough opportunities for Black writers to promote their work. The Soulful Book Fair Foundation helps to enhance the Black literary marketplace and provide avenues for authors to gain exposure and sell their books. Everyone has a story to tell. For those people courageous enough to become authors, we help guide them through the process of building a business around their books. From effectively presenting at events to maximizing social media.
Learning what Snapchat is, learning what Instagram is, how to use it, how to market to it. So I think that is what made me, I didn't sell out. I think I brought about 80 books and I sold like 68. So I think that was really, really good.
We offer training and marketing to help Black authors so they can confidently develop fruitful literary careers.
Soulful Chicago Book Fair, be there.
Understanding the past allows one to map out the future. We preserve the stories behind the storytelling of activists, writers, leaders, and youth in the Black community through state-of-the-art videography. Produced by the media partner of the Soulful Book Fair Foundation, OM Productions International. We transform history into our story.
I purchased my first property at 19 years old, and I have done more than 20 deals since then. I can teach you too. Come visit me at the Soulful Chicago Book Fair.
Myth. Children today do not read and write as much as we did in the past. Children today actually read and write more than we used to because they post and text as their primary form of communication. The Soulful Book Fair Foundation creates opportunities for young people to share their stories through special workshops.
In our African tradition, when you have special programs like this, you usually are always begin it with a libation before our shame again RBC. He was recruiting enslaved Africans for 5 years in Charleston, South Carolina, to take over that city.
Hey, Black Child, be what you can be. Learn what you must learn. Do what you can do. And tomorrow, your nation will be where you want it to be.
I'm speaking the truth, but you call me a radical. You don't want to hear it? Send yourself on a sabbatical. Look at your history. Our labor here was never contractual.
The Timmu D Black Essay Contest provides opportunities for young people from grades 4 through 12 to win prizes for sharing their family histories.
My great-grandmother was born July 27th of 1934 in Mississippi. She moved to Chicago in her early 20s because there was much more broad racism in the southern regions of the U.S.
The Timmu D Black Essay Contest validates their young thoughts and creates a platform for their ideas to be taken seriously. We believe that our children would read more if what they read reflected more of who they are. Why not help them be the authors of their own experience?
Well, I started writing things in my journal, and then I started taking writing classes, and I realized I can put the things that go on in my life into my books, so I can put them in my journal, and I put them into my book.
On these 4 pillars, enhancing the Black literary marketplace, bolstering training and marketing for Black writers, archiving Black stories and literary experiences, and fostering writing and the telling of stories through Black youth. The Soulful Book Fair Foundation is building a literary movement for the ages that is amplifying the voices of Black authors, poets, and even composers, and creating opportunities for them to share their unique perspectives with millions of literary fans across the city and across the world.
Let me tell you who's coming next. Let me tell you who's coming next. This sister, I'm like, should I play the video first? Should I talk to her first? I'm going to talk to her first because we want to get her energy in our lives. This sister is none other than Ugochi. And guess what, Ugochi? Girl, earlier I was practicing your last name. I was like, Nwaogwugwu. That's how you say it, right? Nwaogwugwu. Let me bring her on right now. Let me get that sister on. Hey, beautiful. I think you're on mute.
Yeah, I had to take my mic off. Hey there, my dear. How are you? Yes, you do well. You do well.
Thank you for being here, girl.
Thank you for
I was
having me.
doing so much great research last night. I said, ooh, she be getting them. She just be getting them, but I'm going to show you that a little later. But, you know, the name of this show is, you know, Musicians with Missions.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, what I love from the whole Nigerian flavor of addressing issues, addressing politics. What's up with that? What do you do with your music? How did that come about?
It's you know, African Butterfly even was something I came up with the album in 2003, and at that time, you know, Africa was not the coolest place on the planet. People didn't want to go. People didn't understand anything about the culture. This is pre-Obama. This is, you know, pre-Afrobeat explosion. So it was my mission to try and make Africa some place that people will want to go and some place that people will want to connect with, because I felt this like very terrible stigma hanging over Africa. And you know, people like Fela Kuti, Almost Sangare, people like even Bob Marley are really inspirations to me on how they tackle the politics and the issues of their countries in a way that makes people not only connect with it but dance to it and move to it. I think of them as not just pioneers but like amazing innovators and creatives in that way. So I take a little bit of those um, aspects and aesthetics from what they're doing, and then I do my own thing with it from my own background and my own experience. As someone raised in Chicago from Nigeria, I have a lot of a soul background, and poetry is also something that I rely on as a way of telling stories and as a griot, bringing those stories from my life, my cultural experience, and my background. So also even something as small as dress, I make sure that whenever I step on the scene, I am representing Africa, and that is important to me to be seen and um, to be observed as an African person and the African queen, because these are some things that we don't see often, especially in 2003. And I also have to say that I was the first person, period, of all the national TV like musical shows. I was the first one to wear any type of Ankara print on national TV, period. So that was me doing that in 2003 when no people were like, "What is this you're wearing?" I mean, that's what they were asking me. Like, I don't understand what you're wearing. What does that have to do with anything you're talking about? And they even offered me, because I was on Star Search, they asked me, "Oh, go behind the curtain and get," they had this huge walk-in closet with all these different designers. They were like, "Choose anything," and I was like, I like what I have," and they could not understand that. They kept trying to change me, to make me over, and I said, "No, this is what I came to do. This is part of my mission from then, so it's
Mm.
important to me."
Do y'all see this queen? Wait a minute. I kept seeing these images. I was like, oh God, she official. Look, she doing the real head wrap. Mine is a little,
Yeah,
it's how my grandmother told me I do it. But that right there, I said, baby, she coming queen style. And I just
yeah.
had to show this because you were so consistently fabulous in all of these
Thank
photos
you.
with,
Thank you so much.
representing your image. And I love, we got this definition of power. One of the definition of power in Scientology is to be able to hold your position in space and time.
That's
And the
right.
fact that you held your position in space and time, y'all don't even try it. You hear me? The girl is a picture. So now what you want to do first? You want to talk, I kind of want to talk about your book first, but then I kind of want
Okay.
to show your video. But let's get into your book. Let's get into your book. This gathering
Okay.
video. So let's talk about your book because you are now an author. Talk
I
about that.
am. Well, I have been in many anthologies as a poet, but now this is my first book of my own that I've put out. And this book also was one that I sat on for so long because it was my family stories, and I just think that the creator was just waiting for the right moment. Because in 2007 and 8, when I was getting grants to do this book and trying to put it out, like I said, Africa was not anything people were really interested in, and I just don't think the timing was right. But now, the time is perfectly poised for this book. So the book is about my family's immigrant experience coming from Nigeria into America, and just the cultural clashes and the realities that we had to go through to be a family in Chicago from Nigeria. Umunkwo is where my dad is from. Umuahia is where my mother is from. Upakari. I mean, so basically from the eastern part of Nigeria to Chicago. And what is that like? Trying to raise children in a foreign land, just all of the things that happen to us. So it's basically from the perspective of me before I was born up until about um, my college times, and that's it's basically from a coming of age story for me.
Look, them people like, look, Sister Zelda said, teach, sister. Love your spirit. Congratulations on putting that story out.
Thank
And
you so
and I
much.
no doubt, and I have to say, one of the things I really love about you is your humility. Yo,
Thank
look,
you, Asadahm.
I'm about to say, oh, so your humility. Look, let me so they can see my energy. Her humility. Now, because sometimes you so mellow, I almost be like, is that Ugochi? Because you know you're not coming in the room like, hey, I'm Ugochi.
Oh
You
my
want
God.
to make autograph? Right. No, but you still run in that room like a queen, like you come with such a great presence. And that humility is gonna be why people follow you. You know,
Thank you so
part of
much for
why.
saying that. Because
Yeah.
I'm in spaces with a lot of people like celebrity or whatever, and it drives me crazy when they always have to be so over the top. Like people will feel you and know you it when it's real. You don't have to do all of that. And I'm still a human being. I'm still a person, and that is what makes me connect with other people. So it's funny because, like you say, people never know when I enter a room, anything that I've done, and I don't lead with that. I don't try to be like, oh, this is who, do you know who I am? I just come into the room and see who's in the room. And then later they're like, oh, I had no idea. Well, sometimes when I'm even performing, I'll just be sitting around the people in the audience and just talking to them. And then afterwards, they were like, I had no idea you were the feature performer because you just don't carry yourself like that. And that's a very big compliment to me because I don't want to be that person. That is so obnoxious to me. And I think the world is full of narcissists and people who think that because they have a few coins or whatever, that they're better than the next person. And they're not. We're all people.
That's right. And it comes off, girl. I mean, it's
Thank you.
authentic, for real. I mean, that right there, I have so much respect for you because of that. And I never even really thought about it till this moment where I'm articulating it, but I know that that's one of the attractions is that you ain't wearing it on your sleeve and you still dope. Boop, boop,
Thank
boop,
you.
boop.
Thank
And
you.
so to have
I appreciate that.
yeah,
Thank you
no
so
doubt. So to have you perform at the book fair was one thing, but now we gonna be like, what? She got a book. Boop, boop, boop. So now, where can they get this book? What website? Can they get it on the website right now? Can they buy it on
Yes, they
Amazon?
can. So they can get it from my website, African Butterfly. And so butterfly is not like butterfly, even though it's a double entendre. It's butterfly because, like I said, yeah, there you go.
Because you butter.
African Butterfly, you got me.
What?
So that's where they can get it, and it's Seasons of Separation. And so I had my world premiere in England. I did the London Literature Festival and the Manchester Literature Festival, which was amazing. They had a band for me, so I did some music, and I actually was able to read poems. So it was fabulous, and I'm just so grateful for my global literary community. And I'm just grateful to be a poet in these times. I think that poets have such a strong voice and to be a creative period because like I said, I come from a tradition of people like Fela Kuti and Bob Marley who have stories to tell, who are politicizing perspectives. And so it's a great time to be a creative when there's so much to say. And yeah, I feel like Andre 3000 said, oh, what am I going to talk about? I'm getting old. I'm like, there's so much to talk about. There's so much to talk about. Like, you don't have to stay in the lane of a young person. And I understand he's hip hop and that's a young person's kind of brand of music, but that's why I'm grateful to be in musical forms that are for older people who also grow and know that we have things to say. And I love Andre 3000 and I loved his new album. So I love growth in people too, but I just feel like there's still so much to say as an artist that you can come out and express, but you're still alive and your position and your perspective is still valid, even though we're aging.
Man, love it. She's so eloquent. It got eloquence. So I want to show a video of her because let me tell you something. I saw so many people I love in that video. Oh God, so many people. So we gotta show it because you dope, and they can see the essence of why we even had you at the
Oh,
book
thank
fair, no
you.
doubt. So take a look, y'all.
Wicked.
Oh, 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 people so mean. From adult to teen to child must be in their gene. They have so much greed, speak of so much need. Don't honor kind deed, can understand how the good will lead the land, but don't mind them, they kind is so spare. Don't mind them, the evil they do will find them. Don't mind them, I beg, they kind you so spare. I beg, oh, don't mind them, I beg, evil they do will find them. Mind them, don't mind them, mind them, don't mind them, don't mind them, don't mind them. Don't mind them at all. Oh, how they love to beg, love pulling your leg. Once you've been misled, they're fair this for the dead. They have so much greed, speak of so much need. Don't honor kind deed, can't understand how the good will leave the land, but don't mind them, they kind you so spare. Don't mind them, the evil they do will find. Don't mind them, I beg, they kind you so spare. I beg, oh, don't mind them, I beg, evil they do will find. Don't mind them, 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 I beg, they kind you so spare. I beg, oh, don't mind them, I beg, evil they do will find. Don't mind them, 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 don't mind them. Don't mind them, I beg, they kind you so spare. I beg, oh, don't mind them, I beg, evil they do will find. Don't mind them, don't mind them, don't mind them, don't mind them, don't mind them. Don't mind them, I beg, they kind you so spare. I beg, don't mind them, I beg, evil they do will find. Don't mind them, 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 don't mind them. They come around with the misery they carry, yeah. They set the frown into bitterness they bury, yeah. Quick to shut down when you're upbeat or you're merry. Boy, boy, when things are good, they don't want to talk about it. The things go wrong and they love to scream and shout it. Maybe one day they'll be okay, but I doubt it. I doubt it too, but don't mind them. Don't mind them, I beg, they're kind you so spare. I beg, oh, don't mind them, I beg, evil they do will find. Don't mind them, don't mind them, don't mind them, don't mind them, don't mind them. Don't mind them, I beg, they're kind you so spare. I beg, don't mind them, I beg, evil they do will find. Don't mind them, don't mind them, don't mind them, don't mind them, don't mind them. The evil they do, the evil they do, the evil they do will find. The evil they do.
they do, the evil they do find. Don't mind them, don't mind them, don't mind them, don't mind them.
What? We got like 2 minutes, but well, look, I'm seeing Imani Dietrich,
I
seeing
know.
Fantasela.
Yeah.
There was so many dope people in it. And the same brother who did your video did Maggie Brown's video that we just showed a bit ago.
Okay. Yes, he's amazing. It was good for me to kind of show the community that we come from, you know, and just celebrate that Black beauty and power and resourcefulness. So I tried to bring as many people into the under the lens as possible. So
Man, look, Sister Zelda said, awesome. Where can we find this video clip? Name of it. So that was called Don't Mind Them by Ugochi. Just go to YouTube and
that's right.
you'll see a list of them. But your YouTube channel is what? It's not
You
Ugochi.
and my last name. Yeah. So it's just you and my last name, which is the long last
That's the right, but that's the name of your channel. I thought I saw like maybe that was somebody else's. I thought it was like Ugochi Vivio or something like that.
You know, it's a couple of people that have made channels from me, but that's my channel. Yeah.
Got you.
That's
So
my
y'all
channel.
Look. Yeah, I want to see her name. I'm gonna show it right now before
Yeah.
we leave. Go find her, baby. Go find her.
My channel is my first initial U and my last name. Yeah.
Perfect. So I just want to say thank you for coming on today. We obviously need a longer show, like so much more to cover. But clearly, when I redo the book fair, because I'm not doing it this summer, but when we come back, you ready? You on the art tip and the entertainment tip.
That's right. And congratulations to you for all you're doing too. It's an amazing project. And I just love being a part of it. When you asked me, I said, of course, you know, and that's one of the ways I decide to do things is really seeing what the people are doing and the benefit to the community. And I could not say no.
Oh my God. Thank you so much. Because I mean, I love having moved back to Chicago from New York because y'all my tribe.
Yeah.
Like I ain't got we got on hair wraps and stuff. We have like,
exactly.
It's for real. It's not for a festival. This is how we roll. So
how we walk in the world.
Yes, thank you for being who you are, man. I'm about to help
you
push you to the top even more.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me this morning.
Thank you. And you guys, thank you for joining us again here at Gathering of the Griots. We'll see you next Tuesday. I might do a part 2 because we just have so much good stuff and good performances by so many great people. But we'll see you next Tuesday, 7 a.m. again. And adios, guys. Peace. Look, one more comment. What they trying to say? Oh, somebody said, Tony Briscoe, dope song.
Thank you, Tony. I appreciate the support. Thank you so much.
No
doubt. Positive music, positive vibration.
No doubt. We love you guys. Peace.
We've come to the end of our show today. If you missed any broadcasts, go to our website for the audio and video archives at www.thefemalesolution.com. On behalf of our team of radio hosts, I'd like to thank all of you who participated in today's discussions. And to our global family joining us from all around the world, we say thank you. To our family in China, xie xie. India, Dhanyavad. Japan, arigato. Korea, kamsamnida. Russia, spasiba. Germany, danke. Poland, dziękuję. France, merci. Spain, gracias. Italy, grazie. Egypt, shukran. Ghana, madasi. Nigeria, eshe. South Africa, ngiyabonga. Senegal, jareb. Kenya, asante. Israel, toda. Pakistan, shukriya. Afghanistan, tashakur. Saudi Arabia and Palestine, shukran. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you, and may peace be upon you and the mercy of God and God's blessings.